Hello and welcome to today's Abhigyan's Point. And what I'm going to talk about today is basically in continuation with what I said yesterday, and of course, an extension to the fact that on the Ayodhya land issue, now there is serious politics. And I was expecting this to happen. So, the political charges on the Ayodhya land issue are really intensifying and becoming very serious. Therefore, I had said this yesterday very clearly that the only way out, with new charges emerging, with new players being named, with new angles emanating, and of course, new statements being exchanged between politics on either sides, it is very important to know the truth, the real story, and that can only happen through a quick investigation. In any land deal, what is extremely important always to understand is the paper trail. Now, we know in this case that the trust and the people now arguing from their side are very clearly saying that this is an old agreement. This is an agreement that goes back to 2011. Yes, point taken. And of course, there's an execution stage to it, which comes in 2021, and where the alleged problem is there that the cost of land from 2 crores just all of a sudden shot up to 18.5 crores. Now, this is a very serious situation. My point here is, again, that until and unless an investigation happens, and because this is politics, because this is a political season starting now before the UP elections, this is something related to an issue like the Ram Janmabhoomi, and of course now the construction of the great Ram temple there. It's very important. Never forget history and the backdrop of this issue. This is an issue that changed the political landscape in India, and of course, naturally changed the political landscape in Uttar Pradesh. I'm working on a book on Uttar Pradesh, and I can tell you how much this issue changed the politics in UP, and of course, as I said, in India forever. Now, in a way, before the elections, a lot of things happen in Uttar Pradesh. You already get news now of people shifting sides, moving from one party to another. All this is going on. In the middle of all this, it's very true. It's very true that this issue has come up. Now, until and unless a clear-cut investigation happens in this issue, I also made this point yesterday that it could be similar charges on other land acquisitions also, which may emanate at some stage or the other. Politicians from the other side who want to take on the BJP will be now looking for more details to figure out if there is a land deal that is in question in other cases as well. So if all this has to be avoided, if politics over this has to be avoided, then there is only one way out: for an investigation to come and tell the real story. That was there any case of bungling and corruption in this particular land deal in Ayodhya? Right now, it is merely statements and arguments and counter arguments coming from each side, and everybody naturally sticking to their guns, sticking to their line, and the opposition very clearly saying that this is a case of corruption by the trust. So to avoid politics any further, I'm being very clear, this politics will continue. To avoid that at all, to continue in the same fashion, and for charges to be exchanged on either sides, investigation is the only way out for us and for anyone else, whether in politics or not, to actually know the truth, because this is a matter that might eventually become one of those issues that impacts politics in UP as months and days goes by from here.